Hi, I'm Russell Taylor, and welcome to this episode of Soulversations. Next up on the couch, we got my girl Toni Blackman. She is a wordsmith, she's an MC, she is a poet, she is a musician, she is a meditation leader, she is a whole lot of things. She is a spiritual food. Toni, I came to find Toni from traveling abroad, Africa. She does a lot of work in Africa throughout the diaspora. She really is a tremendous artist. So you got to stay tuned to check out the magic and all of these beautiful words that she has to share with us. So, Soulversations, I'm Russell Taylor. Let's go.
Before you came along, I was lonely. I was stuck in one place while the world was moving. Love was just a game with no winners, only losers. I was losing. You brought me into this technical.
Today, I want to welcome you to Soulversations. We have a very special guest, Toni Blackman. She is a tremendous artist. We can't limit her to spoken word, but that is maybe, I would dare say, that it's the foundation. International artist, and she's at the intersection of education and music, and she's just a phenom. So, we want to welcome her to Soulversations today. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Toni Blackman. So, first, my sis,
Yes.
talk to us about some of the projects that you have already that are out there living in the world.
Well, over the years, I'm really a performer. Perfectionism has gotten the best of me in terms of really creating a body of work, a solo body of work. But I am all about collaboration. I love the connection. And so, I've traveled a lot as the first U.S. hip hop ambassador. So my foundation.
First U.S. hip hop ambassador, Black woman of color. Let's go.
So truly the essence of my foundation, I consider to be hip hop.
Okay.
And I am a spoken word artist as well. And I'm an MC and a poet. And I do both equally. I've been able to do a project with Shy Mane, who is from Gabon, but French born and raised. He likes the Gabon side of him. And on Universal Records Jazz.
Okay.
Appeared on a number of projects throughout the years, including one that Mike Ladd, the poet,
Okay.
Co-produced for Big Dada Recordings. And I was on a project with Opus Akabin.
Say that again?
Opus Akabin, one of Steve Coleman's projects.
Oh, okay.
For BMG Novus, and a number of collaborations. There was one with Radio Nova, and I've worked extensively with artists on the African continent.
Okay.
In Senegal, in the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Which is deep.
Is awesome music.
Awesome music, but also deep as far as intention. Like, it's an intentional thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's where my heart is. And then in South Africa,
okay.
Years ago, worked with a major Kwaito artist, and I work with house music. I mean, I love music. I love art. I'm an artist.
Yeah.
And
one of the reasons why I really love you.
Yeah, my musical roots is DC.
So that's what we want to get to. But before we talk about DC, because she's from DC, you're from DC. Also, what I particularly love about you is that you also weave through all of the different genres as well. You name like 7 different genres and even some different languages.
Breathe in. Breathe out. Yeah. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Let the air flow in and out. Just breathe. Let your breath flow. Just breathe. And let the pain go.
Just breathe, let the air go. Let the pain, let it all flow. Out your mouth, out your eyes, out your ears, and out your heart. Right here is where we start. With negativity, we intend to part. Yeah, healing, a skill and an art. No need for us to be coy. I said we are in the pursuit of joy. Just breathe. Woo! Just breathe. Just breathe. Come on, y'all. Center yourself and allow the music to get up all in you. Just breathe. Yes. Woo! Oh. Yeah. Just breathe. My mama's pain-filled screams echo in the halls of eternity. For my birth was not my beginning, but the black human kicking, fighting ferociously, fearlessly, belting out the blues. Fat and as long as forever, the wolf may howl, but the pain is king, BB boy. In fact, bluesicians of the world, unite and do right, and let the pain lead you to the lights, and just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Woo! Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Yes. Breathe for Eric Garner. Breathe for Sandra Bland. Breathe for Ayanna Jones. Breathe for Jamal Crawford. Breathe for Trayvon Martin. Breathe. 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 My ancestors survived the Middle Passage. There's a reason why I am here. There's a reason why you are here. There's a reason why we are here. I acknowledge the pain that is present in me at this moment. I acknowledge the righteous anger. I acknowledge the rage that is within me at this moment. It just means that I am alive. It means that I am human. It means that I am in touch with my humanity. It means that I am in integrity with my soul and my body. It means I am honest about my emotions and I refuse to withhold them any longer. I refuse to let them eat away at my organs and at my spirit. Yeah. The pain has killed too many of my people. And now, right here and now is where we enter to set ourselves free. And it starts with our breath. So just breathe. Just breathe with us. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out 2, 3, 4. Just breathe.
Where are you from in DC?
Well, see, I went to college in DC. I came to DC when I was 17.
Okay.
I like to say I was born and raised in the Bay Area in California, a town called Pittsburgh.
Okay.
35 miles east of Oakland.
Okay.
But I grew up in DC.
Me too.
This is where I cut my chops. This is where I shed. This is where I was trained. This is where I was groomed. This is where I truly became an artist.
So then how does that show up how does DC show up in your art and your life?
Well, in the poetry, because everybody who's anybody came to DC. Mm-hmm. And so I got to meet all of my idols. I worked with the poets I idolized. I met, Gwendolyn Brooks. I met Lucille Clifton. I interacted with Amiri Baraka, like Sonia Sanchez, like the list goes on, Sekou Sundiata, Miguel Algarin, the list goes on and on. But then I also got to come across musicians like Craig Harris, the trombonist. And so when I moved to New York, and I was still going back and forth between New York and DC, I ended up being able to do dates with Craig Harris and his band, which included the Sing Sing drummers, which were descendants of master drummer Doodle and Die Rose from Senegal, and legends. And so DC shows up in that. I feel like it gave me like a strong musical foundation in black music.
Period. Point blank.
Black music, man, it's the soul. And I'm grateful to come up in the era in which I did, because the soul is present when I rhyme.
And that's very clear, which is one of the reasons why I'm one of your fans, because soul is very present in everything you do, especially in your rhyming. So that leads me to another question. What is your musical DNA?
What is my musical DNA? Gil Scott-Heron. Gil Scott-Heron. Gil Scott-Heron, my mom, my aunts, my uncle, they used to laugh like, who's this little girl? Why is she playing Gil Scott-Heron over and over again?
That's some serious
stuff.
Right.
And then The Last Poets, like, I mean, like, that's what I listen to this stuff on repeat. My grandma had Oscar Brown Jr. Like, I fell in love with the sound of the spoken voice. And I think that's why poetry and rap really speak to me.
So that black arts movement, they say that the black arts movement is coming back. I hope that we are
coming
on that
back.
wave.
The black arts movement is happening right now.
This is what I'm talking about, right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, okay. So what was the musical spark? You kind of alluded to it, but what was that thing that made you say, I'm going to do music? This is what I have to do.
If it was one thing, I know I started rapping in middle school. Budgets were cut in California, so we didn't have school buses. So we had to catch a city bus, small town. Bus took a long time. And we would have an hour to kill. How do we kill the hour? Music, making up songs, performing into a hairbrush for the whole school, whoever was there before the building opened. And it just continued. I started seriously rapping when I was a cheerleader, because I was
a rapping cheerleader.
I was in charge of the spirit committee, and I produced all the rallies.
Okay.
So the rallies were essentially hip hop variety shows, and it was something I couldn't let go of. Even when I went to Howard,
shout out Howard, shout out HBCU.
I changed my major probably 5 times in communications, and I ended up in radio.
Okay.
Because I didn't have the heart to stay in fine arts, because my family was like, no. And then, but
something we got to talk about. That's the next iteration of Soulversations. But go ahead.
Radio, and so went in the studio. And that's when I was like, I fell in love with vinyl records. I fell in love with sound. I became an audiophile. I learned how to edit, with tape and a razor and chalk and music. It just never.
Wait, hold on. Did you say you learned how to edit with tape, razor, and chalk?
I learned how to edit the year before things went digital.
DIY, baby. I'm saying, like, you know how to edit, know how to do reel to reel. If you know how to do it all when you're starting, then nobody can take it away from you when you get further. But that's another episode of it. You get me together.
That's when I fell in love. But that's when I discovered the jazz records my mom had that I thought was old people music. I fell in love with Thelonious Monk and Alice Coltrane. I fell in love with Miles Davis. I fell in love with George Duke. And my auntie had, like, her and her husband Keith had this room full of records. And I would listen to a lot of the stuff, so I knew it. But I fell in love with it when I was in the studio playing the music myself.
And then it was like, I gotta do this.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Last night I cried tears on my pillow. I screamed at the top of my lungs. Last night I cried tears on my pillow. I screamed at the top of my lungs. See, I cried in the middle of the night when I tried to write you a poem of dear goodbye, but I couldn't let go. I tried to show you my love and I rejected it, and you respected it, but I couldn't take it when it came, so I had to rearrange my whole mental state in a prison somewhere upstate. I was in a daze, I sat in a maze, I felt like Jimmy. I was in the purple haze, so I cried, tears and tears up. I thought I may as well be dead. Then I thought once again I should have let go. When the stars eyes come on, then I kept going on. I roaming it on. And I tried to scream. Neighbors knocked upon the door. All the cops instructed me to scream no more. I hollered side of my flow, let the tears fall down the ground. It's urgent sound of my tears. I'm scared to face my fears. I'm scared. The thought live without you. I don't know if I could do it. I'm scared of answering the phone, your voice not being on the line. I'm scared to think about the times you won't be near here to wipe my tears dry. When I cry, I'm scared. The fears seem to control me on a daily basis. I don't know. I'm looking for the traces of another life in terms of future, in terms of me going on. And turn lines that don't pain us. I know it's wrong. Sometimes I stop and I think, yeah, I think, yeah, I think, yeah, I think about the tears that I've cried. I think about the tears that I've cried. I think about the tears that I've cried. Last night I cried tears on my pillow. I screamed at the top of my lungs. Last night I cried tears on my pillow. I screamed at the top of my lungs. See, every so often when laying down at night, I get this sudden urge to get up out of bed and get down on my knees and pray. And every so often when laying on my bed, unable to control it, I start to cry. So I just cry until I'm tired of crying. And every so often I walk to the window and I look at and I grab the whole world, I take it into my arms and I try to hug the hurt away. These tears, yeah. These tears, yeah. Ah! These tears, yeah. Last night I cried tears on my pillow. I screamed at the top of my lungs. Last night I cried tears on my pillow. I screamed at the top of my lungs. Last night I cried tears on my pillow. I screamed at the top of my lungs. Last night I cried tears on my pillow. I screamed at the top of my lungs. Last night I cried.
As an artist, do you engage with activism through your art and politics and so forth? Like,
all of my art is rooted in social justice. I do a lot of work with hip hop meditation now and mindfulness. Even that is rooted in social justice. My spirituality is spiritual activism. My hip hop, I became an Echo and Green Fellow, launching the Freestyle Union Cypher Workshop here in Southeast DC in the mid-90s. And that project was about using freestyle rap to promote social responsibility. And so I don't separate this Nina Simone, Paul Robeson. I've had idols whose lives I've been inspired by for a very long time, because my art is not separate from activism. Until all of my people are free, my art will be forever connected to our well-being, our health, our prosperity, and the sustainability and safety of Black lives. I'm crystal clear about that.
And I'm clear. I just got chills, which means it's absolutely right. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Where do you see music going in this new normal? What will be our new normal?
In this new normal, I can already see it happening where people are making a shift. The severity The impact is so great. There's no going back. Although there will always be surface, there will always be superficiality, there will always be shallowness, there will always be entertainment, but there is more depth. And even the folks who are faking it for marketing reasons, words have power. So even if you're talking about self-love or self-care or voting because you think it'll appeal to a broader market, you're gonna start to believe what you're saying because words have power. Because if we take a look at the MCs, the rappers who focused on death, who had graveyards on their album covers, they're dead. May they rest in peace, but they are dead. They're dead because words have power. And we keep underestimating that. It is my hope that music starts to be of more service, right? And not so self-serving. That songwriters, musicians, and producers understand their function and their role in society to serve the people, to help the people heal, to help the people wake up in the morning, to help relationships, be healthier, and to feed the folk, feed the people's souls. And this pandemic is gonna shift a lot of it. It's already shifting.
Yeah.
You can see the song content is shifting, people's attitudes are shifting, the music industry is shifting.
So, some song content is shifting.
Yes.
Some.
Yes, some is shifting.
We're gonna have to pull some of these trains up the hill, though. We'll leave it there. We'll leave it at that. But with activists, artivists like you, we will most certainly bring the people to the place.
Well, and that's why I'm excited about this show. I think it's really important that we support. Like, there's a lot of people who complain about what's wrong with music. There's a lot right with music right now.
Oh, there's a whole lot.
But we don't give half as much energy to the right.
Which is why we are sitting here today.
Exactly.
I couldn't have said it better. So, Toni Blackman, I got one question for you.
Yes.
And this is a very serious question.
Okay.
Very, very, very serious.
Okay, now I'm nervous.
So, the year is 2060. What is Toni Blackman's legacy? So, there's a rule to this.
Okay.
We're not saying what you wish to be. We are affirming it is already done because we are in 260.
Okay.
So what is Toni Blackman's legacy?
In 2060, Toni Blackman's legacy is that she touched, impacted, uplifted the lives of millions of artists around the world. Through her global work, she impacted women, created paths and platforms for those women artists, and she will leave behind a body of work in the form of books, television programs, music, and that will inspire forever on. I'm really committed to using music as healing. And making sure that we preserve that aspect of the African traditions, African oral traditions specifically.
Yeah, that was your explanation point, because you made a big point, and I say that is a pretty damn good legacy, Miss Toni Blackman. So thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Now, you ready to rock the stage for us?
I am ready to rock the stage.
Sometimes, especially nowadays, like there's so many things going on in the world. It's on social media, it's on Twitter, it's on Instagram, it's on Facebook, it's in the news headlines, it's on TV, it's on fake news, right? It's like all these things to worry about. And then there's the normal things to worry about with your family, with your partner, with your kids or whatever. And then, you just gotta stop sometimes. You just got to say, why worry? 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 If you want to keep it all going and energy flowing, you must remember and know, worry does not make us strong. It just brings a negative on. It becomes like a prayer of all that we fear. Intentions are clear, you'll be losing your hair and losing your sleep when your thoughts compete with your dream. When they're filled with worry, we lose patience and we're in a hurry, thinking ourselves into anxiety. Some will think you are crazy, cause you choose not to worry. Please let them be, set yourself free, manage your own energy emotionally. Faith without words is dead, but there is no faith when you live in your head. Ha! Why worry? 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 Wait, guys. Okay, look, take it low. Take it low. I think what I need to do is do the verse one more time to make sure the people get the message here. This is like a book, right? But you don't have to read the book, because I put it in this rhythmic form for you to comprehend and understand. And I'm gonna do it like this, right? If you want to keep it all going and energy flowing, you must remember and know, worry does not make us strong. It just brings a negative on. It becomes like a prayer of all that we fear. Intentions are clear, you'll be losing your hair and losing your sleep when your thoughts compete with your dream. When they're filled with worry, we lose patience and we're in a hurry, thinking ourselves into anxiety. Some will think you are crazy, cause you choose not to worry. Please let them be, set yourself free, manage your own energy emotionally. Faith without works is dead, but there is no faith when you live in your head. Ha! Ha! Why worry? 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 Why worry about the things where you have control if you have control? Why worry about the things that you don't control if you can't control them? Why worry? 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 Come on, y'all! Why worry? 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 Set yourself free.
We all got a reason we can stay asleep. We're all known to fight for the things that we believe. Some don't have faith in what they cannot see. We need inspiration, and you're that thing for me. Think I'm in love, can shake it off. Thought I was here.
So, Toni, this is the lightning round. This is a segment we have for each artist. There's some rules. Lightning round means you got to do first words or sentences that come to mind. Okay, you got it? You got it?
I'm ready.
All right. So, how do you consume music? Is it stream, vinyl, radio, CD?
I consume music by streaming it, downloading it, and I have a hellified CD collection.
Okay, cool. Favorite female act?
My favorite female act is such a hard question.
You're dragging. Come on. Favorite.
Michelle Ndegeocello.
Pow! There we go. That's a bad. Ooh, she's a bad girl.
Michelle Ndegeocello.
Okay.
Hands down.
Song that you always wanted to cover?
Hold On by Citizen Cope. Hold It On.
Hold It On?
Citizen Cope.
Okay, so I'm going to hold you to that one.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Favorite movie or play?
Favorite movie or play for colored girls who considered Suicide When the Rainbow Is Enough by Ntozake Shange. I saw it when I was 8 years old in San Francisco.
Oh, wow.
With my Aunt Jennifer and my mom and my cousin Carla. That's part of the reason why I'm an artist on stage.
It's a powerful piece.
it changed me.
I got a story about that. I'll tell you off camera.
Okay.
All right. So, and final, name 5 things that you would put in a time capsule.
5 things that I would put in a time capsule. I guess pictures from my first trip to Senegal, my first hip hop ambassador assignment. It was Hip Hop Heaven. It was just beautiful. And sand from the beach, maybe, and maybe some jaboujin, a plate of jaboujin.
What's jaboujin?
The national dish of Senegal.
Got it. Okay.
The second thing would be probably a pair of Adidas.
So you named 4. We need 1 more.
Pictures of my grandparents.
Well done. Thank you for coming to Soulversations.
Thank you.
All right. Stay tuned.
Only you can see.